The Forgotten Letters. Once upon a time, in a quiet little village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there lived an elderly woman named Clara. She was known far and wide for her gentle nature and wisdom. Clara had a cherished collection of old books and letters, passed down through generations of her family. Among these treasures was a bundle of letters tied together with a faded ribbon. One sunny morning, Clara sat in her cozy cottage, sipping on chamomile tea and reminiscing about her youth. As she gazed at the bundle of letters, a thought struck her. These letters held stories, secrets, and emotions that deserved to be shared with the world. Clara decided to start a podcast, and she named it The Forgotten Letters. The first episode of Clara's podcast featured a heartfelt letter from a young soldier during World War II. The letter, written to his beloved, expressed his longing and hope for a brighter future. Clara's soothing voice brought the words to life, and listeners were moved to tears as they listened to the soldier's heartfelt words. Each week, Clara delved into her collection of letters, uncovering tales of love, loss, adventure, and resilience. Her podcast became a sensation, drawing in listeners from around the globe. People were captivated by the stories of ordinary individuals who had lived extraordinary lives. One day, Clara received an email from a listener named Emily. She shared that she had stumbled upon the podcast while going through a difficult time in her life. Emily explained how the stories had given her hope and a sense of connection to the past. She thanked Clara for creating something so beautiful. Moved by Emily's message, Clara decided to feature a special episode dedicated to her listeners. She invited people to send in their own letters, stories, and messages to be shared on the podcast. The response was overwhelming. Listeners poured their hearts out, sharing their experiences, dreams, and words of encouragement. Clara read one such letter from a young woman named Sam, who had recently lost her mother. Sam's letter expressed her grief and the lessons she had learned about the importance of cherishing moments with loved ones. Clara's voice quivered as she read the letter, and there was not a dry eye among her listeners. The Forgotten Letters had become more than just a podcast. It had become a community of kindred spirits. Clara and her listeners formed deep connections in supporting each other,